Alright, it looks like we are good to go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am your host, Adam. I'm one of the QA guys over at Red Storm Entertainment. Used to work at Epic, no longer do, but still have a lot of information for you about the Unreal Engine, which is what this stream is dedicated towards, is helping you out with blueprints, landscape, foliage, BSPs, materials, all kinds of stuff related to the Unreal Engine and how to use the Unreal Engine. Uh, Generally, it's a question based thing, so if you have any questions, please feel free to post them into the chat and I will take a look as soon as I am able. And I do prioritize questions over my own crap. So if you have questions, make sure you get them in there and I will make sure to put you at, you know, as high up the list as I can if there's other questions, but generally, whatever. So, in the meantime, I do run tutorials or work on my own little stuff that I have going on right now. I've been working on a side scroller project that I am actually planning on submitting to the marketplace and ran into some awful yet potentially wonderful problems. Uh, to give some context and why we are having this particular stream. Yesterday, I was going over my project, and it's actually getting fairly close to done. For those of you who were here since the beginning, other than replacing actual like meshes and stuff like that, which is the next step after I actually finish the blueprints. I'll be replacing stuff like this. This is just temporary. These cubes, I'm going to replace them with a more, you know, something that I made kind of thing. Uh, which will be fun. But until then, I have these placeholder assets, and you can see that we have quite a bit. I mean, this is all stuff that's already in, already has stuff built for it. So life gain, interaction, I'm still not sure I'm actually going to do that. This thing's pretty cool. It's a platform that you can jump up through and then land on, which is pretty much a staple of most platformer games. Teleporters, we got single-use teleporters versus two-way teleporters. Smashers right there. We've got coins. We've got coin splines. We've got boxes that give you coins and life ups. We've got jump pads, platforms, checkpoints, all kinds of stuff, right? So it was going great. It was like, yeah, this is fantastic. We're getting all this stuff that we need, and it's gonna be great, and everyone's gonna love it. Except, I can't really guarantee that, but I can say that I like it, and I'm hoping that other people will. And then I realized that all of my code was in my player character. Now that doesn't sound like a big deal, and if depending on how you do your project, it's not. It's a perfectly valid way to do things. Unfortunately, this project does have a level change mechanic. So let's say you run into it's actually this volume right up here. You run into that, and it takes you to the next level, which is fine. Except that all of the data that is held within the character, so things like how many lives you have, your coins, your uh, various aspects of the character that need to be stored data, are now deleted because the character itself is destroyed upon the end of the level and a new one is created upon opening the level. So I thought about it and I was like, well, shit. Because for me, I should have recognized that all of this needed to go in the player controller. So I moved it all, and that's what caused all the problems. Everything is broken because I moved stuff over. So this is actually a hidden opportunity that I get to show you what to do when something goes horribly, horribly wrong and you have to fix it and you don't know how. And this is what we're going through because right now I don't know how to fix it. So, strap in, guys. We're going for this live. Now, I will let you know. I am officially moving my streams. I am probably going to make Wednesday the new official day for my streams because Friday just does not work at all. I have tried. I've been fighting for it, trying to figure it out. It does not work for me. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to end up streaming on Wednesdays and possibly one other day during the week every once in a while. It depends on how I'm feeling because without getting into too much detail, I am on a new medication that is uh, interesting. So we'll leave it at that. uh, but it's making it to where doing these streams at night can be very trying at times. I want to do them, but I need to look out for my health as well. So I will do as many as I can, but cannot promise anything. Now, I'm going to show you roughly what's happening right now, unless it decides to actually be nice. So, as you can see, there's a bunch of cast fails, which I don't know where they're coming from. So I'm going to have to play with that. And if I hit these, did those work? They didn't work yesterday. Oh, so now you're working. Okay. What about this thing? This thing wasn't working. That's working now. Huh. Well, that is good and bad news. My health bar UI is working. This is working. Everything's work. Why weren't you working yesterday? Now you've taken from me everything that I planned for today. This is what happens, guys. Let's test the smasher. Boop. Alright, that still works. I seriously had like this whole plan to go through this, but everything is actually working. I have to check these cast faileds, but oh, you know what? I bet you it's when it spawns an item. And this, I eventually run. And boop. Ah, it's still resetting though. Interesting. That is interesting. Very interesting. Why are you resetting? You should be carrying over with the controller. Huh. First, let's figure out these save states, or these things. What may end up happening, and I'm really trying to avoid doing this because it's a whole extra layer of stuff, and it's kind of beyond the scope of what we're looking for. But if I have to, I will. Is going in and I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. That's normal nowadays, just so you know. Something you might want to know about ahead of time. Yeah, so where's the cast? It was yelling at me about casting, but none of those have cast. Most likely this is one of the culprits. Okay. Oop. Does not equal self. So if it equals self, just ignore it. If it does not equal self, then you can cast. Bring that back. Go ahead and save, and we're gonna check again. Anywhere there's an overlap and cast, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Branch. We're going to go ahead. This might become more convoluted, but it'll at least give us an extra layer of protections from these. Spamalicious. And yes, I said spamalicious. Oh, I bet you it's this, actually. I almost guarantee it is. No. It is equal to character. That might work. Might being the operative word. Let's check it. Okay. That's the used, which I have set up for a whole different thing. If this is equal to a character, or the player character. Nope. Okay. What else could it be? Oh, and I need to go in and comment this. Let's go ahead and get this there. Player character, save. Now, I know these are just print string warnings that most likely are nothing more than there is an overlap somewhere with like an item that's stuck inside something else. It's like, oh, okay, this is overlapping and it's not the player. However, one of the marketplace rules is that upon loading in Pi, you cannot have any warnings or errors, and they do count print string warnings like that as errors. So, it's good to know that ahead of time and not have that happen. If anything, I'm just having this. I'm preventing an unnecessary send back by doing this. Which, of course, like I don't blame them for that. It's a logical thing to not want to have errors inside of something that you're selling. So I do not